Consider for a moment being a middle school band teacher. You have to teach trumpets, saxophones, piano, drums, xylophones, flute, cymbals. Oh, and you're teaching all of those instruments to sometimes bonkers, hormone-infused kids. Amazingly, 92% of public school students have access to some kind of music education. But it's hard for teachers to take it to the next level, given all they have to do. A not-for-profit in Ticonderoga is trying to help. That's today's Story of the Day.
Support for Story of the Day comes from Claxton Hepburn Medical Center, dedicated to providing patient care and regional services to the people of St. Lawrence County. claxtonhepburn.org.
Hey, I'm David Sommerstein. It's Thursday, October 19th. First up, an emergency is unfolding in the city of Watertown and the surrounding area. A major water main break near the water treatment plant has caused Watertown's system to run out of water. Speaking with WWNY-TV earlier today, Mayor Jeffrey Smith said even once the break is fixed, it'll take hours for people to get water back in their homes and businesses.
We don't know how long. We haven't been to the fix yet. And then you've got to fill the entire system back up. It's not just the city of Watertown. You're talking about the Fort Drum line, the town of Watertown, town of Pamelia.
In a statement, Governor Kathy Hochul said the state is sending emergency water supplies to Watertown and has activated an emergency operations center to help with the situation. Mayor Smith said that residents will be able to pick up water, likely at the fairgrounds in Watertown.
We're talking pallets, we're talking about big water trucks, portable water, bringing in, and again, state resource around that, working with our partners in state government and the federal government to get that done, and that's what we're working on right now.
The city is sending out text messages to all residents, ordering them to conserve water and giving instructions on how to pick up the bottled water. Schools and government offices closed early today. Samaritan Medical Center said it's shutting down several departments, including general surgery, the pain clinic, and the wound care center. Samaritan's entire health and wellness plaza has also been closed, including the family health center, behavioral health and addiction services, and the X-ray, MRI, and CT labs. Most North Country school districts offer some kind of band and chorus, maybe even a marching band. A Ticonderoga-based not-for-profit wants to take things to the next level for the region's student musicians. Earlier this month, it brought together students from more than a dozen school districts for a special day of music. Champlain Valley reporter Kara Chapman stopped by and brings us a story.
Welcome to
More than 300 middle and high school students cheer from the wooden seats of Ticonderoga High School's auditorium. They're here for We Are Instrumental's first ever music summit. Evan Mack is a pianist, professor, and parent. He founded the nonprofit in 2020. He sends the students off to their workshops with a simple request.
I just want you to have a wonderful time and make beautiful music. Thank you.
Mack says school districts in the North Country do a great job giving students a basic music education. We Are Instrumental wants to help them unlock their full potential. The organization donates instruments, trains teachers to repair them, and connects students with field trips and private virtual lessons.
You know, the school districts and the teachers are providing a musical education. They're lifting a very heavy table, and we're just trying to come on the other end and say, hey, let me give you a hand with that, and lift on the other side.
This summit marks the culmination of that work so far. We Are Instrumental invited a bunch of professional musicians to work with the students.
Here's your note, E-A-I-E.
Today, these students are going to do something different. They normally practice ensemble style in a jazz band or orchestra. Instead, they gather in groups by instrument. Strings in the library, drums on the second floor, saxophones in the band room. Briar Whitley, Ollie Porter, and Emma Lestowski all go to Ticonderoga. I asked them what they're hoping to get out of today.
Note playing, everything else, just how to do it faster and quicker.
How to get better. That's what I want to know.
Awesome.
Better experience for scholarships.
Adam Hutchison is their instructor for the day. He gets things started with a blues sequence. Hutchison says school band directors have one of the hardest jobs in the music world. They have to teach every instrument to kids. They don't always have the time to focus on specific instruments.
So to be able to have events like these where you have only saxes in one room or trumpets in one room, and they're getting individualized instruction from these experts on their instruments, I mean, that goes a long way.
Today's got something else the band directors and music teachers don't always have time for: workshops where they learn to repair the instruments. Down in the school shop, Bill Cole uses a mallet to demonstrate how to remove a rotary valve from a French horn. Cole's had an instrument repair shop in Saratoga Springs for almost 50 years. He says he loves fixing things up and passing along what he knows.
It's great to share that knowledge, and the teachers are just love being able to help their kids.
Mike Nestoriak is Beekmantown High School's band director and a trombonist. He says it's important for teachers to learn how to fix their students' instruments.
Anytime you have to send the repair out, it's time out of the student's hands. And, they might not have a replacement available for the kids. So it's good that if it's something you can take care of really quickly, anything you can do on your own is, of course, beneficial.
Bob Morrison is with the National Arts Education Data Project. His group found that the vast majority of American public school students had access to music education in 2019. The numbers took a hit during the COVID pandemic.
But the good news is that there's been a good and healthy rebound as we've come out of that.
Morrison says it's ultimately the school district's responsibility to provide students with music education. But he says community organizations like We Are Instrumental play an important role in rounding out school music programs.
I think it's critically important to have organizations that are out there like that to ensure that these students have the best chance for success possible.
Evan Mack, We Are Instrumental's founder, says the hope is that work goes even further beyond today's summit. The nonprofit is part of a group of local organizations that wants to use state funding for a new concert venue in downtown Ticonderoga, the Adirondack Performing Arts Center.
On the second floor. So We Are Instrumental would run the second floor, where we have virtual lesson rooms, the ability, an instrument repair shop, a chamber rehearsal room, and a recording studio.
Max says the idea is visiting musicians could spend some time with local students, and the students would have another space to make music.
There's this wonderful synergy happening, and hopefully that building becomes a symbol of all the things you can do in kind of any region.
Audrey Cook is one student who says she's already benefited from working with We Are Instrumental. She says the organization provided her with a French horn, private lessons, and transportation to other groups she plays with.
And I want other musicians and other people in the North Country to have the same opportunities that I've had for the past couple of years.
Cook says the organization has really helped her grow as a musician, and she thinks things like the summit could help other students and teachers do the same. Kara Chapman, North Country Public Radio, Ticonderoga.
We Are Instrumental collects and repairs instruments for area schools. If you have a gently used instrument you'd like to donate, you can contact the organization or drop it off at one of more than a dozen libraries in Clinton, Essex, and Franklin counties. We have more information about that on our website, ncpr.org. Story of the day, peeps. Please hear me out. It's the second last day of our fall fundraiser. This is the moment. You've likely been listening these last 2 weeks as your neighbors have donated almost $300,000 to pay for this local and regional news that you care about, rely on, to know what's going on from Cape Vincent to Rouse's Point to Glens Falls, the Adirondacks, St. Lawrence Valley, everywhere in between. And so now it's your turn. Please donate now at ncpr.org/give. We're still over $50,000 away from our goal, but we can get there. But only with your donation right now. ncpr.org/give. Thank you so much for doing the right thing for public radio. Music today by I Am Snow Angel of Lake Placid and Patricia Julian of Burlington. I'm David Summerstein, North Country Public Radio.